Are you being called to trust more than you ever have before? That is where I'm finding myself right now. Maybe you're there too. That's why I felt called to get on the floor. Different perspective. This is actually kind of funny. Woo! So my husband just called me and said that our car broke down on the road. Thankfully, he's parked in a free parking spot. But something potentially with the battery, I don't know. I know very little about cars, but in Los Angeles, it's very vital to have a car. We spent 8 years in New York, and you can walk, you have the subway, all these variants, but I also love the gift of having a car. Anyways, so it just, parts of the self fall into scarcity or lack, or how are we going to make this work, or it's one more thing on top of everything else. I mean, you know the spiral that I'm talking about, right? Where we just get like looped in and hooked in, and it just feels like lack, suffering, victim. And whenever I drop in to myself, I process those surface level friction feelings, the tension, the stress, the static, the resistance, all of that. When I drop in, it's just a resounding trust. And I feel like I've been working that muscle in particular these last few years, but it's deeply accelerated these last few weeks and months because so much is changing in our lives, artistically, but also in the business, and also as partners, and also just everything. And I know the old is crumbling away to make space for the new. I understand that. I understand this logically, but when the subconscious faces the unknown, it's incredibly uncomfortable. We can spiral out. We can obsess about the worst case scenario versus choosing and gearing up for and envisioning and embodying the best case scenario, and training our mind, body, and nervous system and subconscious to make room for that, align with that, and magnetize that. Like, it's such a fertile space of possibility, but it can also be so uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar, it's not safe, all these things. So I'm working and flexing and building this muscle of trust, of faith, of certainty, and maybe you're there too. And it truly is a muscle. It's something that I feel like the universe is pushing me on those like last rounds of reps almost. You know, if you've ever had a personal trainer or you've taken a fitness class, you're pushed those last few moments when you want to give up, when you want to surrender, when you want to just call it quits and say, I can't do it, it's not possible for me, blah, 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 all those things. But those last few reps are ultimately the most effective. That's where the biggest change takes place, and it feels like I'm going through that with the universe right now. And so a part of me, like a certain part of me, feels a freak out, and another part of me is like, bring it on. Yes, I love this test. I love the pain. I love the contraction before the expansion. I love to just literally expand my growth edges. I am open and ready to receive. My vessel is expanding, and that's ultimately what I'm here to do, to hold more light of what I desire, my visions, my dreams, and you are too. You're here to expand, to hold more of your desires. That is our beautiful task, to become better receivers in our vessel. So if this is you right now, first, I recognize it. I recognize all the sensations and uncomfortabilities and also ecstasies of it. Secondly, I believe in you. We got this. Something so beautiful that we've never yet had or experienced or have embodied before is coming through, and what a beautiful thing that is. And ultimately, number 3, we are co-creators of our experience. So instead of being reactive and spiraling out to what's happening around you, make it your highest purpose to drop in within, deep inside your being, and focus your frequency, your emotions, your energy, your mental state on what you want to be feeling, and gaining that deeper connection with whomever you counsel with, your spirit team, your guides, the universe, creator, source, whatever you call it, and inviting in the expansion through the contraction, because we can't have one without the other. I believe in you. You got this. And if you want some support with this, I have a beautiful one-on-one offering happening right now. It's called Thrive into 2025. Artists are having just amazing breakthroughs with this. It's 30 minutes one-on-one dream awake EFT tapping. It's conducted over Zoom. You get to keep the recording for life. It's curated and personalized to you, which is just like the ultimate thing. There's so many amazing group taps I have, from free to paid experiences, but the one-on-one gets deep in those subconscious corners that we usually don't access anywhere else. And there's beautiful journaling questions for integration, as well as a heart opening and magnetic practice, a breathwork practice. That's just an extra cherry on top. I also have a free tap below, Activate Your Artistic Vision. If you haven't grabbed that yet, be sure to do so. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the party. Subscribe to the party, baby. Give this video a thumbs up if it resonates. And I would love to meet you in the comments and share what hits home most for you right now. If you don't know what to say, then say, I'm flexing my trust muscles like a superstar, because you are. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. We got this.